If you are tired of shallow advice, tired of pretending, and tired of chasing attention that never satisfies, then these habits will change how you see yourself and how others see you. These are not tricks. These are foundations. Practice them long enough, and attraction will stop being something you seek. It will become something you naturally radiate. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful men in history, ruled an empire, yet he spent his nights writing about humility, discipline, and inner strength. He knew something modern society has forgotten. Real attractiveness is not loud. It is solid. It does not beg for attention. It commands respect silently. The first habit that makes you deeply attractive is emotional self-control. Marcus Aurelius said that you have power over your mind, not outside events. This single idea separates strong people from weak ones. When you react emotionally to every small thing, people sense instability. They feel unsure around you. But when you remain calm under pressure, when insults do not shake you, when chaos does not steal your peace, people feel safe around you. Safety is attractive. Calm is attractive. Emotional control does not mean suppressing feelings. It means understanding them and choosing your response. Imagine two people facing the same problem. One complains, panics, blames others, and loses control. The other pauses, thinks clearly, and responds with reason. Who do you respect more? Who feels stronger? Who would you trust in difficult times? Attraction grows naturally toward the person who stays grounded. Marcus Aurelius practiced reminding himself daily that people will act badly, situations will go wrong, and life will be unfair. By expecting challenges, he was never shocked by them. When you stop being surprised by difficulties, you stop reacting emotionally. You become steady. And steadiness is rare. People are drawn to what is rare. The second habit is living with quiet discipline. Marcus Aurelius believed that self-discipline is the foundation of a strong life. Not discipline to show off, not discipline for praise, but discipline for self-respect. When you do what needs to be done even when no one is watching, it changes how you see yourself. And how you see yourself changes how others see you. Waking up on time, keeping promises, controlling impulses, staying consistent. These habits build inner authority. You do not need to announce your discipline. It shows in your posture, your voice, your eyes, and your decisions. Most people want comfort. Very few choose discipline. That is why disciplined people stand out without trying. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself every morning that he did not want to stay under warm blankets when duty called. He saw comfort as the enemy of growth. When you choose effort over ease repeatedly, you develop a silent confidence. This confidence is not arrogance. It does not need validation. It is stable, and people can feel it. They may not know why they respect you, but they will, because discipline shapes character, and character is always visible. The third habit is speaking less, but saying more. Marcus Aurelius was not known for loud speeches or dramatic words. He believed in thoughtful silence. In a world where everyone wants to talk, the person who listens becomes powerful. When you speak less, your words gain weight. When you listen more, you understand people deeply. Understanding creates connection, and connection creates attraction. Many people talk to impress. Attractive people talk to express truth. They do not rush to fill silence. They are comfortable with pauses. Silence shows confidence. It shows that you are not afraid of being misunderstood or ignored. Marcus Aurelius wrote that it is better to be silent and thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. When you stop explaining yourself unnecessarily, people start paying attention when you finally speak. Your words land deeper. Your presence feels stronger. Listening also shows respect. When people feel respected, they feel drawn to you. You become someone they feel comfortable opening up to. That kind of attraction is powerful and long-lasting. The fourth habit is accepting reality without complaint. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself that life owes him nothing. This mindset removes bitterness. When you complain often, you push people away. Complaints drain energy, they signal weakness and helplessness, but acceptance signals maturity. Acceptance does not mean giving up. It means understanding what is in your control and what is not. When something goes wrong, instead of asking, "Why me?" you ask, "What can I do now?" This shift changes everything. People are naturally drawn to problem solvers, not problem creators. When you stop resisting reality, you stop wasting energy. That energy becomes clarity. Clarity becomes confidence, and confidence becomes attraction. Marcus Aurelius accepted illness, betrayal, loss, and hardship without seeing himself as a victim. This mindset gave him inner peace, and inner peace is incredibly attractive in a world full of anxiety. The fifth habit is having a strong moral compass. Marcus Aurelius believed that a good man is attractive by nature. When your actions align with your values, you become trustworthy. Trust is one of the strongest forms of attraction. People may admire beauty, but they commit to integrity. Doing the right thing when it is difficult builds inner strength. Lying, cheating, or manipulating may bring short-term gain, but it weakens your presence. Deep down, you know when you betray your values. That inner conflict shows in your behavior. But when you live honestly, your mind becomes clear. You walk lighter. You speak directly. You do not fear being exposed. That freedom is visible. Marcus Aurelius wrote that you should never be ashamed of doing what is right. When you stand by your principles, even silently, people feel your authenticity. Authenticity is rare, and rarity creates attraction. The sixth habit that makes you more attractive, according to Marcus Aurelius, is not needing approval. Most people live their lives like performers on a stage, constantly checking the audience to see if they are clapping. They change opinions to fit in. They change behavior to be liked. But Marcus Aurelius warned himself again and again about this trap. He reminded himself that the opinion of others is outside his control. When you stop living for approval, something powerful happens inside you. Your decisions become clearer. Your actions become firmer. You stop explaining yourself unnecessarily. This creates a strong inner independence. People feel it immediately. Someone who does not need approval feels solid, like they cannot be easily pushed or pulled. That solidity is attractive. It creates respect even from people who may not agree with you. Approval-seeking creates anxiety. Independence creates calm, and calm confidence is magnetic. The seventh habit is self-respect through consistency. Marcus Aurelius believed that how you live each day is how you live your life. Big speeches mean nothing if daily actions are weak. When you say you will do something and you actually do it, even in small things, you strengthen your self-image. And your self-image shapes your presence. Many people feel unattractive not because of their looks, but because deep inside they do not trust themselves. They break promises to themselves. They delay important work. They avoid discomfort. This slowly destroys self-respect. But when you build consistency, even in boring or difficult tasks, your inner voice changes. You start trusting yourself. That trust shows in your posture, your eye contact, and your tone. People are drawn to those who feel reliable, even to themselves. The eighth habit is being comfortable alone. Marcus Aurelius spent a lot of time alone with his thoughts. He believed solitude was necessary for clarity. When someone cannot be alone, it shows neediness. They jump from distraction to distraction, from person to person, trying to escape their own mind. But when you are comfortable alone, you send a strong signal. You are complete. You are not desperate for company. This does not make you distant. It makes you selective. Selectiveness is attractive. When people sense that you choose them, not need them, the connection becomes deeper. Solitude also sharpens self-awareness. You start noticing your weaknesses without running from them. That honesty builds strength. The ninth habit is controlling desires instead of being controlled by them. Marcus Aurelius warned himself about pleasure, comfort, and excess. Not because pleasure is evil, but because uncontrolled desire weakens the mind. When you chase pleasure constantly, food, attention, entertainment, validation, you become predictable and easy to manipulate. But when you can say no to yourself, you gain power. Power over hunger, anger, lust, laziness, and distraction. This power creates a quiet authority. People may not know why they respect you, but they feel that you are not ruled by impulses. That restraint is attractive because it signals maturity and strength. The 10th habit is treating others with fairness and dignity. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that every human is struggling in some way. When you treat people kindly without trying to gain something, it shows inner security. Cruelty often comes from weakness. Respect comes from strength. How you treat waiters, subordinates, strangers, and people who cannot benefit you says a lot about your character. People notice this, even if they do not say it. Fairness builds trust, and trust creates long-term attraction, not just momentary interest. The 11th habit is not showing off your growth. Marcus Aurelius believed virtue should be practiced, not displayed. Many people improve themselves only to talk about it. They announce their discipline, their wisdom, their routines. But true growth does not need advertisement. When you stop trying to prove how evolved you are, you actually become more attractive. Growth becomes visible in behavior, not words. You react less. You listen more. You choose better responses. People feel the change without being told. Quiet growth has a stronger impact than loud self-praise. The 12th habit is accepting criticism without emotional collapse. Marcus Aurelius taught himself to learn from criticism instead of fighting it. When someone reacts aggressively to feedback, it shows insecurity. But when someone listens, reflects, and responds calmly, it shows confidence. Not all criticism is valid, but emotional maturity is shown by how you handle it. You do not need to defend your ego all the time. This calm response makes others feel safe being honest with you. And honesty deepens respect. The 13th habit is focusing on effort, not results. Marcus Aurelius understood that results are not always in our control, but effort is. When you obsess over outcomes, you become anxious. Anxiety leaks into behavior. But when you focus on doing your best and accepting the result, you become stable. Stability is attractive. People feel relaxed around someone who is not constantly stressed about winning, proving, or succeeding. They trust such a person more. All these habits slowly shape something very important. Presence. Presence is not about dominance or loud confidence. It is about inner alignment. When your thoughts, actions, and values move in the same direction, you feel whole, and wholeness is deeply attractive. Marcus Aurelius did not try to be admired. He tried to be good, and admiration followed naturally. The 14th habit that makes you deeply attractive is accepting responsibility without excuses. Marcus Aurelius believed that blaming others weakens the soul. Every time you blame circumstances, people, or luck, you give away your power. Attractive people do the opposite. They ask themselves, what part of this is my responsibility? Even when the situation is unfair, they focus on what they can control. This creates inner strength. People trust those who take responsibility because they feel dependable. Excuse-making creates doubt. Ownership creates respect. When something goes wrong and you calmly accept your role without drama or self-pity, your presence becomes solid. Others feel they can rely on you in difficult moments. The 15th habit is remaining humble even when you are capable. Marcus Aurelius was an emperor, yet he constantly reminded himself that power does not make a man better than others. Humility is attractive because it removes fear. People feel comfortable around someone who does not look down on them. True humility is not pretending to be weak. It is knowing your strength and not needing to prove it. When you are skilled but silent about it, confident but not arrogant, people feel safe and respected around you. Arrogance creates distance. Humility creates connection. Marcus Aurelius knew that pride blinds judgment, but humility sharpens it. The 16th habit is not being controlled by anger. Anger may feel powerful, but it actually shows lack of control. Marcus Aurelius warned himself that anger harms the one who holds it more than the one it is directed at. When someone explodes easily, people walk on eggshells around them. That is not attraction, it is fear. But when you stay calm, even when provoked, you display mastery. Calm anger management does not mean letting people disrespect you. It means responding firmly without losing control. That balance creates authority. People respect someone who can set boundaries without emotional chaos. The 17th habit is keeping your life simple. Marcus Aurelius lived simply despite having access to luxury. Complexity creates stress. Stress leaks into behavior. Simple habits, simple routines, and clear priorities create peace. When your life is not overloaded with unnecessary desires, distractions, and drama, your mind becomes sharp. Sharp minds are attractive. People feel relaxed around someone whose energy is clean and focused. Simplicity also shows self-control. You are not chasing everything. You know what matters. That clarity is rare. The 18th habit is doing good without expecting recognition. Marcus Aurelius believed that good actions lose value when done for praise. When you help others quietly, without announcing it, your character strengthens. This builds self-respect. People may not always notice your actions, but they feel your sincerity. And sincerity creates trust. Trust is stronger than charm. Someone who is kind without seeking attention feels genuine, and genuine people are naturally attractive. The 19th habit is accepting mortality. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that life is short. This was not to create fear, but urgency and gratitude. When you understand that time is limited, you stop wasting it on meaningless drama. You speak more honestly. You choose more wisely. You become present. Presence is extremely attractive. People feel it when someone is truly there, not distracted by trivial worries. Awareness of mortality sharpens your focus and softens your ego at the same time. The 20th habit is staying consistent even when motivation disappears. Marcus Aurelius did not rely on motivation. He relied on duty. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. When you continue doing what is right even on difficult days, you build inner strength. That strength reflects outward. People admire consistency because it shows reliability. Someone who only performs when motivated feels unstable. Someone who shows up regardless feels strong. The 21st habit is not comparing yourself to others. Marcus Aurelius warned himself against comparison because it steals peace. Comparison creates insecurity or arrogance. Both are unattractive. When you focus on your own path, your energy becomes calm and centered. You stop competing unnecessarily. You stop proving. You become grounded. Grounded people feel safe to be around. They are not threatened by others' success. They respect it. That emotional maturity creates quiet attraction. The 22nd habit is aligning actions with values. Marcus Aurelius believed that inner conflict weakens a person. When your words say one thing and your actions say another, people feel the inconsistency. But when your behavior matches your principles, you feel whole. Wholeness creates confidence. Confidence without arrogance. People sense authenticity instantly. You do not need to explain who you are. Your actions explain it for you. The 23rd habit is enduring hardship without becoming bitter. Life will test everyone. Some people become bitter, others become wiser. Marcus Aurelius chose wisdom. When you go through pain and come out calmer, kinder, and stronger, people are drawn to you. Bitterness repels, resilience attracts. Endurance without complaint shows emotional depth. People respect those who carry pain with dignity. The 24th habit is leading by example. not words. Marcus Aurelius believed that character teaches more than speech. When you live well, people observe and learn without being told. This creates influence without force. Influence without force is powerful. People naturally follow those whose lives make sense. Loud advice often fails. Silent example never does. The 25th habit is being patient with people's flaws. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that people act out of ignorance, fear, or pain. When you stop expecting perfection from others, you stop reacting emotionally. Patience shows maturity. Impatience shows ego. People feel comfortable around those who allow them to be human. That comfort creates attraction. These habits slowly reshape your inner world, and when the inner world changes, the outer response follows naturally. People begin to feel calm around you. They listen more closely. They trust more deeply. Not because you tried to attract them, but because you became solid within yourself. True attractiveness is not about being seen everywhere. It is about being remembered. Marcus Aurelius taught us that when the inner world is strong, the outer world responds naturally. If this video helped you understand that attraction starts with self-mastery, show your support with a like. When you share this video, you help spread calm strength in a noisy world. And don't forget to subscribe, because more lessons on stoicism, mindset, and disciplined living are coming very soon.